your girl Monique 69 Ways, and I'm here with Tamika's Dan, and we are here to discuss Welcome to Derry. I guess it's season one, episodes 1 and 2. Uh yes, I'm here with
Mhm.
Tamika's Dan. Yes. If y'all didn't know this show about this show, child, this is
It's
a
a
good
lot.
show. It's a lot, but it's good though. I'm not gonna
Yes,
hold you.
yes. I was pleasantly surprised. I'll tell you, no lie. I didn't know what to expect because, sometimes it's hard trying to adapt from a movie to a TV show or a book to a TV show to a movie. And especially when we talking about Stephen King. He has had so many
Yes.
different adaptations of movies and shows, and a lot of them he don't be liking, he be complaining about too. But
Uh-huh.
uh, I didn't know how they was gonna do this, but baby, so far these first two episodes, they said, "Oh no, we ready? Are y'all ready? We about to
Okay,
bring it."
cause I was not ready. I'm like, ooh, I was like, oh, okay, this is what we doing. But yeah. So this is like the second. They did it with Chucky. I know they did it with Chucky. They had like a few seasons. Now it's over. Let's see. We gonna see how this one gonna go. But we rocking with it. So let's get into episodes 1 and 2. Oh, it was a lot, but we just gonna breeze through. Um, episode 1. I'm gonna bring it up. So episode 1, we see this. We're gonna start with this gentleman, but let me see. Did I? I think I got my slides in the wrong spot. Hold on, because there was a lot going on. Oh nope, this is the no. Where's my slide? Nope. This is it. It was a cold open at episode 1. I got my slides all over the place, but bear with me. So episode 1 starts with this young boy named Maddie. He's in the movie theater sucking on the pacifier. I didn't understand that, but yeah. Sucking on the pacifier in the movie. He doesn't supposed to be in the movie theater. Now, he snuck in the movie theater. He got caught. Um, he ran from the I guess one of those security people. And child, Ronnie, this young lady, this black little girl, saw him run and hid, and she said, "Yeah, I saw him, but he went the other way." Basically, helping the brother out. Okay, and he managed to, kind of escape, but he ran off into the cold. It's winter at this point, and it's cold. He up there walking the streets, hitchhiking, and this lovely family pulled up on him, and it was just a lot. He got in the car. I'm like, please don't get in the car, please. But he got in the car anyway. But I know he's like desperate. He's cold, probably hungry or whatever. But he said they asked him where he was going, like, where's your home? He said anywhere but Derry. But kind of find out they was like riding in a circle or whatever. And he's like, I thought y'all was supposed to be going to such and such. I forgot what they supposed to be going to. But things got weird because we had the little girl. It's mind you, it's a little girl and a boy and the daddy and the mama, right? So the little girl opened up the can of a container of liver, put a hand in it and smelled it and put it in Maddie's face, and then we got this crazy boy with the crazy eyes up there like to spell everything, and then all hell broke loose when they was really acting weird and the mama was going through labor. Okay, it was like alien. Like it was like ugh. And then it was like when with the graphics is on one. Okay, the graphics are on one. That's all I'm gonna say because they were just showing something trying to prove through her underwear. I'm like, girl, if you don't take off your underwear, and lo and behold, it's this ugly thing with two heads. a head on the neck and a head on top. It was just wow. So what do you think of this wild opening of Derry? Welcome to Derry, episode one.
Hmm. Yeah, it was a lot happening. Like, I was wondering how long has he been out here? Um, Cause so young and but yet old enough where you wouldn't think that he would be sucking on a pacifier. Definitely that already tells me that it's something going on in his home life, and I'm assuming that he tries to maybe hide out in the theater so he don't have to deal with, going home and being home. I don't know how often he was doing that, trying to sneak around. And then I'm like, wait, you hitchhiking? Like, what is really happening here? Because you look like you're too young to be doing that. And I was already like, nah, this is weird because what family are you gonna get in the car
Mm-hmm.
and you pretty much like take me anywhere but here, and they're not gonna question you. They're not gonna be like, no, where's your family? Where's your mother, child? They just like, okay. And yeah, it was Portland that they was going to. And
Okay.
he's just like, it's like, oh well, you could just join us. So that was already weird within itself. The daughter was definitely weird. She's smelling her fingers. I said, what the heck is happening? And trying to put it towards him. I would have been given that same face too. Then, like, the more you're hearing the words that he's spelling, because it wasn't necessarily weird that he was spelling. It was kind of like random a little bit, like, what's going on here? But then you start listening to what he's spelling,
Right.
and the words getting crazier and crazier. And then mama talking about some, oh, you like your mother, because it was like if she was trying to flirt with him, the little girl, was she's looking like she older than him, even though she's young, a young girl. And daddy
Right.
talking about, oh, you just like your mother. I was like, wait a minute, what is going on
Talk
here?
about her legs closed. I was
Yeah,
like,
I was like, nah, this just like each line they said, it got weirder and weirder. And then it's to the point where he's even like, wait a minute, we still in Derry. I thought y'all said y'all was going somewhere else. And he's like, well, can you stop the car? I want to go pee. But no, we ignoring him. We driving faster. Like, so much was happening. Then all of a sudden she was in labor. But I was like, wait, when did she get pregnant? Like, it was just too much happening. Then this baby come up out of, I said, oh, hell no. I felt so bad for him.
I'm like, oop, you got in the wrong car. You a stranger danger.
Yes.
Look here.
But I guess it was so bad at his house that he felt like, he would be more safer in
In the
these
streets.
streets. Yeah.
But people you don't know. Lord have mercy. But yeah, that was just a entertaining and wild opening for me. I mean, I was like, they really would draw you in. Because we didn't even get to the title card. I'm like, oh my god, the tide's opening. I'm like, okay, I see you. Yeah, poor Maddie. That's all I got to say. Sorry to that child. So yeah, this is go back to here. So this is when we get introduced to Major Leroy Halen. Him and his partner Buddy, I should say Paulie. They coming in to this, I guess this base, and off the back, I had to remember what year this is because I'm like, what the heck? What the hell is? So this is the 60s. Um, because he came in and they met some, I guess, some of these workers or whatever who's underneath the major or whatever, and one of them is name is Masters, and he was like racist. Let's call it what it is. He's being racist towards Leroy and stuff. So racist undertone, and the what's his name, the General Shaw had to come in, dad that up, and he took a Major into the office and tell him welcome. He said, why you joined the Air Force? They had small talk. And then later we get a scene where Major Halen is asleep in his bed, like trying to get some rest. And these dudes with these masks on, hazmat suits on, like being his tail. And they up there pressing him about some B-52 classified stuff. He says classified, I'm not gonna get that up. And he just said, I need the specs, I need all this. So I don't know how these dudes got in, but you know, what are your thoughts on this? Cause he ain't give it up. He said, "Well, you gonna have to pull the trigger," basically. And then his friend Paulie came in to save the day.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, this is, I believe it's 1962, so we already know. I mean, listen, there's still be races out here right now, but back then, definitely, you had to deal with that. So here he is in the army, and um, you would expect it to be a certain level of respect, but first of all, he don't even know what he coming into Derry, period. And then on top of that, having to deal with, somebody that think they're gonna be disrespectful, but we making it seem like, oh no, we don't play that here, we don't do those things. This ain't the
Right.
South. And then for them to come up in here and trying to get him to spill the beans, I was wondering at first, like, is this some type of set up? Are they trying him to see if he would give the information or whatever? Or is this really people coming in here that really, are pretty much like, either you give us this information or you're going to be up out of here. But
I definitely thought
personally,
it
I
was a
don't think,
setup.
yeah, I wouldn't have been taking a chance either way, but he definitely was like the definition of standing on business. He said, you just going to have to go ahead and do what you got to do.
Okay, pull
And
that trigger.
if I'm not mistaken, because I know sometimes I'll be confusing some of them, and it's been a minute since I
Hmm.
seen
The movie.
the movies, but I believe he is supposed to be like the grandfather. I can't remember of which one. Like let me see. Um
Look, don't give me
oh
just
Lord, I hate
saying
that
names. Look,
I hate that I can't remember his name. Is one of the losers. Well, it wasn't that many black ones anyway,
I would
because
say it
that's
wasn't right.
yeah, Mike Harlan. Supposed to be his grandfather, the black
Okay,
boy in the 2017 movie.
so
So
you talking
he's
about
the
Hollering or Halen?
yeah, hollering.
Okay, that's the other guy. That's the other black guy. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
it's not this one. Okay,
No. I'm sorry. Am I confusing it? No, yeah.
yeah,
Is this one?
it,
He's the grandfather. The other black one is the one that's from The Shining. That I know for sure. He's actually from
right.
The Shining and Doctor Sleep. That part I remember.
Okay,
But I just
yeah.
couldn't remember the name of his grandson. But yeah, he's his
Cause
grandfather.
both of
So
both of their last names start with an H. Tamika.
yeah, so that's what be throwing me off too, because it's kind of similar a little bit. But yeah.
Right.
I find that to be interesting that they're bringing that aspect into the story too. That's definitely
Yes.
cool.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, Mike. That's the name. Mike. Okay.
Okay, yeah. I wasn't too sure because it's been a minute since I seen that child.
Look.
But and he's so different in that compared to seeing him here, so that makes me even more intrigued.
Yeah, for sure. So this is Leroy.
Hmm.
Coming in to, we gonna see what's gonna happen later with Mr. Leroy.
Mm.
Okay. So let's introduce these darn gone kids. Okay. The lady up there at the top is Looney Lily. That's not nice, but you know. Then we got Phil and Theodore, or Ted, if you whatever you want to call him. And then we
Hmm.
also, of course, we saw Ronnie at the beginning at the
Yeah.
movie. Um, yeah. So these kids, like Phil and Ted, they supposed to be going to Maddie's party.
Hmm.
They was getting bribed by some candy, like to invite, like go to his party. Okay, they
Hmm.
supposed to show up for him, and they
Right.
didn't. And they walking around feeling guilty because at this point, after the opening is 4 months later, and Maddie is missing, so they feel bad. And
Yeah.
kind of found out Looney Lily had like a her and Maddie had some kind of thing with each other, really liking on each other. So um she feel bad as well.
Hmm.
She like everybody feel bad. They want to be there for this boy, and they wasn't. So it's like dang. And I hate her friend with the glasses, Marge. She get on my nerves. She always
Mm-hmm.
want to fit in. I'm like, girl, move around, cause you pissing me off. Either you gonna be her friend or not. Like, move on. Um, but yeah, I didn't like how she treat Lily. Because we kind of found out that Lily had been in a psych ward. I mean, in a
Mm-hmm.
asylum in Jupiter Jennifer Hill, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
And I was like, poor thing. She ain't got no friend. They
Yeah,
put
cause
pickles.
them psych wards back then, child, is a
Look,
whole different ball game than the psychs of today. They was lobotomizing them and doing all kind of stuff during that time.
yes, yes.
So I can only imagine what she probably was enduring in there, and then to hear the story about her father. Yeah, there's a lot.
Candy said, "Is this?"
Yeah,
She said,
Candy. This is
"Pinwheel."
the
I
prequel, so this is
can't.
before you know the
It's
it's
Pennywise.
yeah. What she said, Pinwheel story or
Pinwheel.
whatever his name is.
Girl, you play too much. You
Hmm.
silly. But yeah, this is a prequel. But yeah, like I was saying about Lily, like they put pickle jars because her father found out that her father worked at a jarring company and it made pickles, jar pickles and stuff like that. And she left her mood ring. He went in trying to find her mood ring she left behind, and the machine went haywire on his behind. So her father got underlined by machinery. So I was like, she carrying that weight around, and yeah, so she started hearing voices through her, her tub, which is like and she saw a finger. I was like, no. And she said she hears Maddie like calling out to her and stuff like that. And she don't want to say that out loud because she don't want to go back. She don't want to go back to the asylums. So she gotta like kind of keep that like on the low at that moment. And she did talk to Phil and Ted at one point, but before that, um, this boy, he's Jewish, his Jewish family, and he's trying to ask his father for like what. It's gonna sound weird, but what if the boy got kidnapped and he being held against his will, and um, you know, talking to him or he can hear him or something like that, and then his father said, "You into these comics? Like, get out of here." The father don't believe him. He in the bed reading another comic, and here go the lamp that is haunting him and his dreams, and it was all a dream. I was like, when I saw this lamp, I thought of Ed Gaines. Like, what in the egg is going on here? Like, what's we doing? But yeah, so what are your thoughts on Ted getting this nightmare? I think he's the only one we saw. I don't think we saw Phil get a nightmare.
Yeah, this is really bothering him. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all though. At first, I was like, okay, are we pretty much like literally just getting a losers club before the losers club? Like, does every generation or every couple of
Yeah,
um years we there's like another losers club? Because we've seen some of the similarities, like them all
yeah,
getting together, them mourning over this person that's
person.
gone,
Yep.
and then he trying to ask his father about it, and he over here talking about, oh well, Jewish people had to go through the most hardest times and they made faces on the lamb. I'm like, what, sir, what do that have to do with anything? And to my understanding, I know they have some kind of connection with DC, like the property. So I guess we'll see like a couple of things from there. And one of the
Yeah.
producers of this also worked on the Flash already and is about to work on Batman. So I guess that was like the little Easter eggs, as they
Lisa
say, that they
Ed.
was throwing in
Yeah.
there by showing that. But you
Yep.
blaming this on him reading the comments, like you could have just been like, no, or we're not going to talk about this right now at the dinner table. You could have handled that in a different way. But for you to sit here and tell him about them sewing faces on lamps, like of course when he go to bed, that's probably gonna be one of the first things on his mind, even though we know as the audience that this is more so um Pennywise goes after whatever your fears are. And
Yep.
so, since that's already
Mhm.
in his mind, now that's what he's seeing. But that was bugged out as hell. And then, even with her hearing the voices coming through the sink, we seen that before in the original It. So, some of the things was just like, okay, they doing this again. But, then it's like, nah, we ain't doing it just like that, though. We going in a
They're going the
different
extra mile.
direction.
They're going the
Yeah,
extra
but
mile with it.
there
So
definitely was some similarities as far as that goes. And it's like, okay, well, maybe I'm not so crazy because we actually have some things in common and we feel in the same ways, even though it may be coming in different aspects or whatever. So I thought that was interesting. And then I don't know if that part passed already, but I know, like, even with us finding out about her father and what happened to her father, I didn't understand why they would be making fun of her for that. Like, kids are so damn cruel.
yeah, they put
And
pickles in her locker and stuff, pickle jars and
yeah, I'm like, what the hell kind of mess is this? But I can't say I'm too shocked because kids are weird. I don't know. They be doing extra stuff. But it's like, then she's having to deal with that. She's having, people making fun of her that she's been in a psych ward, and her mama's
mhm.
asking her about going to see the dad at the graveyard. She's
Yeah.
saying she don't want to see that, and the mom talking about, well, you ain't the only one that have problems. Ma'am, that doesn't matter whether other people have problems or not. Like, if, you know what I mean? If I'm feeling the way that I'm feeling, I don't like when people say that. But nonetheless, it just kind of felt like the mother was kind of shoving her off. I guess she felt like by now you should be able to move on, and just want to do what she's trying to do or whatever. And she was telling her to make sure she take her medicine. So obviously there's a medication that she has to take to keep her stable, I would assume, since
Yeah.
coming out of the
Out of the
yeah,
asylum. Mhm.
hmm
Yeah.
and that's a
Poor
lot
thing.
for somebody so young too.
Oh, yeah, that is a lot. In the 60s, 62, that's just she's a young lady, like she trying to figure out what's real and what's not. And and she hear all these voices in her mind, like, and she's still carrying that weight of what happened to her father because he went back on account of her. So that's still gonna haunt her. Um, so eventually when she approached Ted and Phil about what she saw, and they didn't believe her at first, and then when Ted had his lamp catastrophe hunting of him, and then that's when Phil wants to believe him, and then they came together. Um and they like something's going on, so they went to the library. They went to go look at the newspaper clippings of when Maddie went missing. They said he was last seen at the Capitol Theater January 4th or something like that. He went missing. Um I think it was like homicide or something like that. And they also blaming Ronnie's father, okay, who's like running the movie theater or who owns it, whatever. Um the movie theater, and they blaming that black man. And then they went to go to visit Ronnie. And mind you, Phil got his little sister Susie with him. Okay, so he on babysitting duty. Poor Susie didn't have a chance. Yeah, so they went to Ronnie's house to ask about what happened that night when Maddie was at the movie theater and stuff like that. And she told them to get out of there. Like, they putting this on my father. Y'all can go. I ain't got time. Like, nah, don't come around here with this bull crap. Cause mind you, ain't nothing but it seemed like nothing but colors on that side where they at. So where she at. So um, but she as she told them to go away, and she was going upstairs, she heard one of them say about the dreams or whatever, or the voices. And then she said, "What you say?" And then that's what made her curious, like, what's going on? What y'all got going on? Because she heard voices too. And yeah. On to the
Yeah,
adventures of
that's like the one thing that brings them together because they all are having different experiences with it. So you hear somebody else say that as like, okay, so maybe I'm not crazy because I'm not the
right.
only one that's experiencing this. So now we trying to see what's the similarities. But I'm not too shocked. Of course, we gonna want to blame the black person. Like, they are not the only ones that had access to the damn theaters. I'm sure there's a whole bunch of other people that's working in there, whether it's the one that own it, the one that, doing the damn popcorn and drinks, the one that's cleaning up or whatever. But we're gonna single out the one damn black person and try to, see if we can pin it on them, because he would be the only one that's gonna come and do something to each other. That pissed me off, but I can't say that I wouldn't be surprised, and that probably still wouldn't be what it would be now. We gonna let the white people go past, even though it could potentially be one of them, and we gonna go straight to the black one. But I felt her, with being pissed off and being like, yeah, nah, I don't want nothing to do with this. Like, mm-mm.
Mm-mm. Nope. Yep. So they got her. So they said, what's her name? Lily said it was the song that Maddie was singing. So they're trying to figure that out. So they went back to the crime scene, I guess, the crime where he was at initially before he was missing. To Capitol Theater. She had the key, of course, because her father runs it. And they went in there, child. Woo, woo, woo. Uh, they went in there. She went to go through the. I didn't know what she was at, because they was walking in like, let's find a seat. I was like, where's she at? I was like, oh yeah, somebody got to play the film, because I guess the film was called The Music Man or something. And she went to the part where they was singing some song, Trouble Trouble something. I don't know the words. I forgot the words already. And then all of a sudden in the crowd, got the man singing. In the crowd, we see Maddie. Okay, Maddie and this baby that got pushed out of that lady at the beginning. The monster.
Yeah, I believe they were standing behind him too, the family that was in the car. But the
Yeah,
way that Maddie, like,
they
literally
were.
started doing the smile the same way that damn Pennywise do, I was like, oh Lord. And I felt so bad for poor Susie, because she wasn't even supposed to be there. I mean, all of them are innocent at the end of the day. They didn't know they was gonna be going here for this, but
But Susie
they,
was the ultimate innocent.
yeah,
I
like,
was like,
she's coming along. That's like how I used to always have to take my sister with me and be babysitting and stuff. And just imagine us hanging outside, and then some craziness like that is happening. And he
oh
just went
yes.
running. I said, damn, you ain't gonna try to cover her or nothing. I mean, I get it, they kids and they scared, but it was just crazy how it all played out. And I can't remember his name. Maddie, didn't he give her, oh, who was it that gave Lily the turtle bracelet thing? Because I think,
Bracelet, yeah.
yeah, I think that's what helped her why she didn't get taken out and everybody else did, because the baby looked right in her damn face, baby, but past her and was just going to every damn body else. I said, oh my goodness gracious. And the
Mm-hmm.
way that she tried to hold on to uh Susie
Her
hand,
brother.
like grab her, and then
Susie.
the child,
And
only thing that
then
was left with was the
was her hand. Yo. I
that was
cannot.
so crazy.
Hello. Yeah, that was crazy. And it was like horrifying. It's like, yeah, that would
Yeah.
definitely stick with another thing to stick with Lily that she witnessed.
Hmm.
Like, yo, what's
I
going on?
definitely was not expecting this. I ain't gonna lie to you, because like I said, they pretty much, for a lot of the things, even though some things wasn't exact, it was like
Right.
you're using that same formula with the I don't know why I just finished forgetting their
Hey,
names when I've been
Torian.
saying it, but like with the kids. And then you get here and you see this. Yeah, this was definitely the definition of F them damn
F those
kids.
kids.
Okay.
Yes.
Absolutely. And when you hear them talking about, like, the producers and the people that's behind it, like, initially I think it was supposed to be Lily that was supposed to get her arm ripped off, and then they was like, no, why don't we just take out all the kids? And he was like, damn, I don't want to do that, I like the kids. But then he said when he thought about it, since he
Mm-hmm.
felt like he liked them so much and they made such an impact just in this first episode, and you feeling like, okay, these are the kids we gonna be rocking with and we gonna follow them, because you see them on the thumbnail and everything, like the posters and all of that.
Right.
And then you getting to learn their story. So you like, we gonna be following them, and we gonna be, no, you're not gonna be following them, because they gonna be damn gone. And so she ends up being the survivor of this when the rest of them are gone, and I'm like, wow, like yeah, that was deep because I definitely did not think that they was just gonna wipe all of them out like that. I said, what the hell? Yeah, they did that because my mouth was open.
Mm-hmm. Torian, are you covering the show? Yeah,
they
that was
they
yeah.
are literally letting you know no one is safe. Period.
Yes. But when Ronnie was seeing it, I'm
Oh
like, is she
yeah.
really seeing it? Ronnie at the top, mind you, she's in
Mhm.
the film
Right.
part in the film room while the
Mhm.
movie is playing. I'm like, do she see this or not? I mean, she sees something, right? And the door start closing and the window thing, something was shutting on her. I was like, girl, you see what's going on down there? Like, are you not black? Are we not black? Get the hell out of there. And then she went down to the movie room. I'm like, girl, you supposed to be going straight out the
And was
door.
coming with her hammer. I said, well, what the heck you think you about to do? But at least she ain't come empty handed. I mean, one thing about her, she was
We're
like,
gonna have a
listen,
weapon now. Look,
right, what's happening here? And the fact that Lily didn't even realize that the arm was like hand or whatever was still attached to her and be
attached.
like in out that episode with her screaming. I said, Lord have mercy, Jesus. But I want to know what the hell happened to her, the hand, because they never mentioned it again. I mean, they saying they didn't find the kids and all they seen was blood all over her. So I said, did she throw it someday? I guess she did throw it. We seen her throw it. But I don't know. They never brought that part over up again. They just said the blood all over her. I'm like, Jesus Christ, man, that was a lot. That was a lot.
Okay. I'll say, let me know if you want to join. Come up here. You know, I'll
Yeah,
drop you the link anytime.
I had told Inga I'll probably join them when they do the overall because I didn't really know if I was gonna get to talk about it with anybody, but Monique Now Ways was like, hey, let's
Let's do this because
let's
I'm
get up here
intrigued.
because
Yeah,
definitely
I can
when I
send you the
first
link.
seen those
Tamika, can you send Torian the link?
when I saw this episode, I was like, wait a damn minute now. And then I was like, oh wait, they dropping the other one early for Halloween.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but Ronnie and your hammer girl, she up there screaming like, "What happened?" I'm like, "Did you not see what happened?" I'm like, "Girl." As soon as that thing
Because
came out
I
the
guess if you
film,
see something like that, you like, wait a minute. Like you can't even comprehend it. So maybe you gotta ask like, what the
is
hell
this
just happened to try
is
to
this
make some
real?
sense of it, right?
But I'm be thinking it as I'm running out the building. I'm just be.
Yeah, I'm definitely stopping and need a talk.
I'm like, I
Absolutely
don't know these people like that. I don't know these kids like that. Let me get the hell up out here.
right. Mhm.
Child, but yeah. Another traumatic for Lily, and this is new for
Mhm.
Ronnie. And technically, this they don't even supposed to be there because her
Mhm.
father is already being looked at as a suspect for Maddie
Exactly.
disappearance. I'm
Mhm.
like, girl. I'm like, these kids done broke in, break a window or something at the door. They broke in. But these the 60s. The kids ain't thinking this far ahead. Look.
Mm-mm.
At all. Okay. The show so far is really good. It makes me even want to read the book. Yeah. For sure, for sure.
That book is long as I don't know what though.
I would
That's
say
like
it's
the like
long.
yeah.
Like it's
Mhm.
definitely a lengthy one, but you get more out of a book anyway.
Yeah, you definitely do. It's more details in the book than uh
That's what I said. That's what I thought. Because one of the boys came to the window, right? Like went up
mhm.
to the projector, like window, like smack. I'm like, ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what I thought she saw. Cause and then she starts seeing the doors
Yeah,
start
because they
closing. I'm
just
like,
started I mean, them bodies was flinging.
he
His
said he
head
didn't
was
get the link.
smashed.
He didn't get the link.
Check it.
Okay.
Yeah, it was crazy. Look in the
What's
Discord in your
Discord
messenger. Yeah.
messaging? Okay.
Um. Yeah. I mean, them bodies. I was like, Lord, like, I didn't have that on my bingo card at all.
Like, F these kids. I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. Because when he they was like they felt bad, and he was like, "Nah, bump that. Y'all left me. Like y'all didn't come. Y'all didn't care. So here you go." He's like, "What? What's that? What
Yeah.
was that you said?" And then let the baby come. I was
And I
cracking
feel
up.
bad for Lily because she already traumatized. She already done, like you says, had her father have this damn accident where he done got freaking cut the hell up trying to go back in to find something for her. So she already blames herself for that. Now you go in the theater with these kids. You the only one to walk out with a damn hand hanging on to you. I can't even imagine. Like, and you ain't trying to tell nobody about this because you don't want to go get back put in the damn hospital.
Hey, Torian.
What's going on, y'all? I'm
Hey.
hotel living. I'm hotel living right now. That's why the background look different. Yeah, I'm down here for my home.
Uh
Yeah, I'm down. I'm down here for my homecoming, and finally got some
Okay.
downtime. It was a long. It
Okay.
was a
Hey.
long. It was a long 2 days, but I'm having a good time now.
Oh,
That's
that's
what's
good to
up. That's
hear.
what's
That's
up.
what's up.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what are your thoughts on episode one? Because we doing episode 1 and 2, honey.
Listen, they knocked it out of the park in the beginning. I mean, that was crazy. Like they was not when they said that this is. I did not expect for them to do any of this, and I love that they didn't because I
Mm-hmm.
don't like a predictable show or movie. Like if I can guess it right off the bat where it's going with it, I don't really like that. But that part in the beginning was crazy. I mean, like you getting in the car, you say you trying to get anywhere to be anywhere but Derry, and it's like for those who know the Lord, we understand why you want to get out of there. Not only
Mm-hmm.
to understand that you are in a car with people that is basically the entity of Pennywise himself. And
Yes.
that's prime Pennywise. Like that's young Pennywise right there. Like it's not the one that we come to know, more famously as the clown. Like he's
Right.
taking various forms right now. And for those of y'all who don't know, Pennywise comes out every 27 years. He's sort of like the creeper from Jeepers Creepers that comes out every 23 years.
Yes.
But he
Yeah.
comes out he comes out 27 years and then he goes away for 27 years and then he comes back. And from what I'm hearing is with this show, it's supposed to be a thing where they're going back every 27 years. So next season is going to be 27 years before this and 27 years before that. And it's going to lead up to when Pennywise first actually came to Earth. So it's going to go back to like the 1800s. So this show is going to spawn a couple of seasons
Mm.
if that's the direction that they're going.
I
Because
can
they're
see
going
that.
they plan on going back to where he first came to Derry, when he first arrived.
Okay. Okay. Got you. Got you. Okay. I'm with it. Look, I'm with it. So
Yeah.
yeah.
But
He up.
the ending was even more wild. That part in the movie theater, he's holding that baby. And what we think is a baby and just tosses it right out of the screen, and it got bigger, and he's ripping the kids apart, and poor Susie. All he
That's
wanted
what
her
I'm
to do was
saying.
go get a muffin. He just wanted all he wanted her to do was go get what was it? A muffin basket, a muffin something, a
A
bucket full of
book. A
muffins.
book.
That's
Yeah.
what
A book full of muffins.
a book,
Yes.
yeah, muffin book, yeah, and man,
She
that
just
that that was
tagging
crazy.
along. Yes. So
And
poor
here we are
Susan.
thinking those are going to be like the main kids, and they took out all of them except two.
Right. Except two. I mean, he had no reason to take out Ronnie. Like, come on, let's be for real. But
And
so
also
yeah.
make sure, like, I'm not sure if y'all like have done it. Like, make sure y'all pay attention to the connections with some of the characters with the ones that are in the It Chapter 1 and 2 movies, because the
Okay.
connections are there as far as like characters like the black uh
Yeah, I think that was Tamika was she was saying
military
Yeah,
Harlem.
that's what I was talking about.
Harlem.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's one of the kids from the It Chapter 1 and 2. That's his grandfather,
Grandfather,
and
Right.
his
yeah.
son
Right.
is his father, and his son
Right.
is
Hmm.
his father. And
Is
and
this
some
his
people are
father? Yeah.
speculating, and some people are speculating, and it's still kind of early on, but some people are speculating that Ronnie and Will later get together and have him. So they're speculating that she might be his mother.
Okay.
But that's just early
Yeah.
That's just
Right.
early speculation.
Yeah, we don't know yet.
Seeing as how they're the only two black kids in the show so far.
Hmm.
Yeah, so yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
gotcha.
And the sheriff, I can't remember his name, but I know that the bully that was in
Uh-oh.
the original It, I believe he's his grandfather. So it's definitely a
Hmm.
few of them.
Okay.
And also it's another character to pay attention to. It's another black character in there who was on the military base. His name is Dick Halloran.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
he's
we
the one that
got
has the shining.
Leroy. Yeah,
The
so
Hmm.
we got
Shine, yeah, from The Shine. He's the guy from The Shining,
so we got
which of course you
Lee,
know which is another famous Stephen King
Stephen
project.
King's project. Yeah.
Yes, he
So we
was
got
in the
Lee.
shining and Doctor Sleep. Hmm.
So we
Yeah.
got so we got Leroy Hanlon, and then we got Dick
Hmm.
Halloran. The two
Yes,
black
Yeah.
guys.
yes,
Okay.
yes.
Because these H's is tearing my ass up. I'm not gonna hold you.
Yeah,
They
Chief
are.
Bowers. Thank you.
they're HA. So you know.
Right. That's
Yeah,
like
yeah, they very similar. Thank you, Mina. Yeah, Chief Bowers. There was a, I want to say Eddie Bowers. He was the bully that was always bullying them.
yeah,
I may be off with the name because it's been a minute, but he's
Bowers.
his.
and
Yeah.
also and also too, if you notice one of the kids, the one that had the comic book, if you looked at his last
Theodore.
name,
Uh-huh.
uh, yeah, his last name is, I think, is Urus or something like that.
Yeah, I
Um,
think so.
his brother, his brother goes on to have a son, and his son is one of the kids from It Chapter One. I forgot
Okay.
which one it is. Whichever one's last name is
Name.
Urus.
Yeah, I know who you're
That's
talking
Yeah.
his
about. I
son.
I know
can't
you
think
talking
of his
about. Can't remember the
name.
name.
Yeah,
Like
because I
I
was
think
laughing when
I want
he
to say
came
his
in the
name is.
room.
I want to say his name is Stanley, if I'm not mistaken.
When he came in the room and said to him, "I can't believe I'm
you believe
related
we
to
are
you," when
related
he
to
saw
I'm
you.
that
related to
man.
you.
Yeah, I said, "Your
I
son
said
gonna be
when I
going through
said
the same thing too."
I
Hello.
said when no, I'm not even gonna lie. When I saw that, I said the first thing I said was, "What in the Ed Gein is going on here?"
Didn't I say that?
I literally said, "What in the
We
Ed
just
Gein
saw
is
that.
going on here?"
All right, let me find out that they copying or bouncing off one another. But yeah. So any other thoughts, Tori? I know you came in on episode one. Any other thoughts
Um,
that stick out to you?
let me see.
Before we get into episode two.
The part in the tub was crazy when you saw the two fingers in the tub.
Oh yeah, with Lily, Looney
Yeah,
Lily,
yeah. And oh yeah, her friend. I think her name is, what is her name? Friend Charlotte. Is that her
Marge.
friend's name? Marge. She's not a good friend. She's not a true friend. She only
No,
wants to
she's not.
be pop. She wants to. She only wants to be hang out with the cool girls, but she feels like Lily is holding her back because she's quote unquote being weird. And you see a little bit more of that happen in episode 2. And I'm like, I hope. I said, this may sound crazy to say, but I mean, shoot,
Go
they
ahead,
already got
say
rid of
it.
how many kids?
Go ahead, say it.
Pennywise need to come and get her.
Okay, I
Pennywise
said the
need to
same
come and,
thing.
and snatch her up.
I'm like, girl, move around. Leave Lily alone. You gonna be a friend or not? Just move around. If you're not, just
Yeah,
move
because
Right.
you
around.
know he coming for her.
Look,
Hmm.
hello. So episode two, it's called "The Thing in the Dark." Beginning of the episode, we see Ronnie and her father, and we see the police outside. I'm like, what they talking about? They're like,
Hmm.
what you think he did with the bodies? He ate them or whatever. I was just like, and then they get to her house, and then we meet her grandma. Grandma was like, cause she looking out the window at the police, look like watching the house, and she is talking mad ish. She don't feel
Hmm.
comfortable, and she think Ronnie should go back to school. And imagine you Ronnie hearing all this, and
Yeah.
the incident just happened at the movie theaters when nobody's supposed to be there. So that's like another some more bodies on her father, unfortunately, and yeah. So she hearing everything, and he trying to you know how fathers do, trying to play it cool, but it's not cool. So what y'all thought? She went back to school?
Well, we saw what happened when she did go back to school. Like, kids talk, and rumors start to fly. But that's just crazy. But we know why they was gonna pin it on him. It's because he's a black man and he owned a movie theater, so he was like low hanging fruit. And this is
That
the
part.
'60s. So, and one thing that I did like is that they're showing the subtle racism that was going on in a town that's not in the South, because
Mm.
it was everywhere. And like I said, it had to be subtle. But see, because if this was
Oh
the
yeah.
South, if this was the South, he probably wouldn't have been able to own a movie theater, especially
Nothing.
in
That
a
He
part
wouldn't have
in
town,
been able to
especially
do
in that
that.
62.
part
Yeah.
of, especially in that part. So they was so
Mm-hmm.
so I like that they showed that it was subtle. It's not overt. So you can see, we can see it. It's very blatantly obvious. What's going on, Candy? But yeah, so
Yeah.
I'm glad that the writers actually touched on that aspect of it. And the thing is, Ronnie knew
Yeah.
what was going to happen. That's why she went off on those kids in the first episode because she knew what was going to happen. She's very aware for her
Yeah.
age. She already knew what was going to happen. That her dad was going to get blamed for something that he hadn't. He wasn't there. Like they were the only ones there. And see, at that time, there's no smartphones to record anything, and those theaters back then
Mm-hmm.
they didn't have surveillance cameras,
Nope.
so they barely had security. Like it was almost like an open door policy. So yeah,
Yeah, I just
Exactly.
love
And
it.
grandma knew what time it was. Like, I'm not mad at her
yeah,
for saying she got to
yeah.
go
Oh yeah,
back to
she was from
school.
that. She
Like,
from
she
that time
wanted
period.
some,
She's from that era.
she wanted some type of normalcy. She telling her, hold your head high. Like, you ain't got to look down for nothing. And she already peeping that the cops are sitting outside the house. And they had the nerve to be out there joking. Like, what the hell is funny?
Hmm.
And he
Child.
got an alibi. He was with his mom watching the Andy
Right.
Griffith show or something. So
But they didn't give a damn about
they didn't
that.
care. They didn't care. So whew, child. Let's meet the family. The Halens. I think that's how you pronounce it. We're gonna
Yeah,
go with
yeah. That's
that.
the Hanlons. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So we get to see because we already saw Leroy, Major Leroy, in the big
Hmm.
episode 1. So we get to see his wife and child, which is Will and Charlotte. This is Charlotte. Okay.
Yeah.
So they came in, and Charlotte came in with some energy. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
She's not. She's not.
62,
Yeah. She's not one of those hold your head down types.
right? So
Not by a long shot.
at all. Cause I'm like, cause she was in the town. I'm like, okay, things going good. Cause I was kind of nervous, but I forgot this
I
is
was
like
too. I was too. Because the way
now
they
if this
cut the
was in the
trailer, I
south.
thought. Yeah,
Oof.
because the way they cut. Yeah, because the way they cut the trailer, I thought that she was going to go through, but she was able to just walk through the town like it was
Mm-hmm.
nothing. Hold her head high, go shopping. The people was nice to her and all types of stuff. Especially the scene when she went into the store and that older white lady looked back, and I thought she was like looking at her, but she was looking at the boys across the
Across the
street.
street.
Yeah,
Mhm.
so I thought that was interesting. I said that was a good fake out because that got me when I saw that. And at first I thought that the guy who was in the store, I thought he was going to be like nasty to her, but no, he was nice to her and asked her like, "How can I help you?" And like what
Right.
kind of meat do you need and everything like that.
Right. And then she heard those boys fighting and they was kicking the mess out of that one boy.
Hmm.
They was trying to kick him to death. But yeah, she was like, anybody gonna stop it? And then she dropped her flowers. Her flowers she was holding and ran out and trying to stop the fight. And it looked like that boy was about to smack five
Yeah,
Charlotte. I was
yeah.
like, I was in one of these like, please don't do that.
Or call her that word.
Right. Mm-hmm. And then they continue on because the little boy ran off and they continue to run after this. So because the butcher was like, "Boys gonna be boys,"
The
and
boys gonna be boys.
she did not like that. And then we got Will. The father bought him a telescope or whatever. Um, I guess they move a lot, so he bought him a telescope
Yeah,
and
he a military brat.
military. Yeah,
Yeah. With them
Will
being
said,
in the military, they moving all the time. And I'm sure they have to be apart a lot because that's why she was saying she don't
yeah.
like, being apart. They kind
Mm-hmm.
of changed this from the book, but they do that because I believe they have more kids, and I don't even think that was the wife name in the book. So I'm wondering, does something happen to her and he get remarried, or is it just they just wanted to do it different? But that's just me, being curious.
Yeah,
But I
I
like
get that.
them. I like her. hmm
The
Yeah.
Cause
boy
she
is
the one
smart.
that told him to get that telescope. She was like, he don't want no damn baseball or baseball
Baseball.
glove. And he's talking about, well, he's so different than me. It's like, well, he's not you. He have his own personality.
And
Okay.
I thought it was also kind of interesting how you can tell that they've been married for a long time because they're like on the same wavelength even when they were arguing at the table, and they was
Mm-hmm.
basically saying
Yes.
that they weren't arguing, like they were literally saying it in sync. They said like three
hmm
lines in
In
sync with
sync.
each other.
Yes.
That means they
Yes.
have this kind of conversation all the time.
hmm
Yeah,
Yeah, I like that part.
caught that too. Yeah, so because he don't want her to start out trouble because she told her about her
Yeah,
experience
she a
in
little
town.
firecracker. Yeah, yeah,
The boy is
Yeah, it
smart.
sounds like wherever they was at, when something would go down, maybe she was one to go out and protest or say something about it. That's kind of what it gave me when he was
He
like,
like, we
"Listen,
just
we
got
ain't
here. Don't
shit.
kick up
Right? We
dust.
just
Like,
got here."
right.
oh, and Will seemed like a smart little boy, and he's into science. I didn't like how they treated that teacher was getting on my nerves, and she was holding that ruler. She's talking about you don't know how the clock work, and if you
Oh
turn it again,
yeah,
it's gonna go against your grade. I'm like, how being tardy
yeah,
gonna get your grade? What the
But she ain't know what he said when he was. She wasn't on his level when he was like, "Oh, you mean the relativity?" Like she's just like, "Go ahead and sit down." She
Yeah, she
ain't
had
know
to think
nothing about
about it
yeah.
like,
She didn't like him being a little smart ass.
smart. Yeah. And you color and you black, being smart? Nah. But
Yeah.
yeah, them kids, I mean, they pull his child. Seemed kid.
Hmm.
Seemed like he made somewhat of a friend. Paulie.
Yeah.
I mean not Paulie, whatever that boy name. Rich. Yeah, Rich. We're probably gonna see him later, but yeah. So this is the family, and I like how she was waving. They was in the yard, and then that white lady walking back like she didn't
Hmm.
know what to do. She kept
Yeah.
walking.
Like I said, the subtle racism there.
I was like,
And
oh,
also the two when she was walking down the street and she had walked past those boys, I thought they was gonna say something to her, but they didn't. They just kind of stared
mm,
at her and whatever. And even when the guys was walking down, like driving down in the truck, and they was throwing eggs, I thought they was going to throw it at her, but they threw it at the
me
Paul
too.
Bunyan
Paul
side.
Bundy. Woof. I was like,
Yeah,
woof.
yeah, yeah,
I was nervous. Like y'all play. I'm like, y'all play too much. Y'all making me nervous when I didn't have to be.
yeah. They faked us out. They faked us out a couple of times.
Yeah. So that's the Helen. Oh Lord,
Oh,
this
this
poor
this
child.
this part right here was crazy. I said, what are they going to do this episode that's going to top what we saw in episode 1? And this whole sequence was absolutely crazy. But you know what? I bet you the actress had a fun time filming it. That's the crazy part. Having kids film something like this, they probably love stuff like this. But
I
yeah,
would love it too.
yeah. I wonder how long it took them to film this because this looked all practical. Like they look like they built this. So this scene was. I didn't know what to expect. Like I'm looking at her laying in the bed, and I'm hearing a heartbeat. And I'm like, where's the heartbeat? At first, I'm thinking like, is it her heartbeat? And they just amplified the sound of it because maybe she's scared. But no, the heartbeat
It
was coming
started
from
looking
her
like a
bed.
womb.
That's how
It
it
Yeah,
looked like a
started out.
womb.
Yeah. Then when it kept going, I was like, "Well, wait a minute, what the hell is
I'm like, oh
happening
no,
here?"
she in the womb.
Child, they
Like
don't need they
yeah,
don't need to
yeah,
show
she,
no more
yeah,
birth
yeah,
scenes.
yeah, yeah, yeah. She was pulling the sheets down, and all of a sudden, you saw veins in the sheets, and then the
blood,
whole room turned
water.
red, and
Yeah.
then she saw in water, and then she got pushed out. I was like, oh, because it's like, and then to be traumatized because that's her mother. She
Yep.
says,
Yeah, that
you're the
was
one that killed me.
crazy.
I die pushing you out of me and all types of stuff
Hmm.
like that. And then you had her get attached with the umbilical cord and it start chomping on the umbilical cord. And when it opens up, you see Pennywise eyes glowing, those glowing
Hmm.
yellow
I had to get it.
eyes.
I had to get it. I was like,
Yeah,
there you go.
that was
I'm
so
like,
crazy.
child. Yeah,
But
because
she got out of there because she bit
she,
into that umbilical cord and tore it apart. That's how she
she'll
had to do
fight
it.
her. She'll fight her. Look, she'll
Yeah.
survive us. I say that, yeah. But I'm like, girl, you need something to cut it. But she got her teeth to cut it. So yeah, that was even though I like the scene. It was is gross. They did a good job because
It
it
is.
was
It is.
you cannot eat watching this show. You can't eat nothing. You might not want to be able to drink nothing either. Okay, because
Right.
Yeah,
yeah.
because I was in the middle of taking a bite of my food, and I said, "Okay, yeah, no, I ain't gonna be able to eat while I'm watching this because y'all gonna be playing games." Because even when later when they went out drinking and he was about to vomit, and then all of a sudden they switched to the applesauce, I saw y'all playing games,
They
baby.
playing games, yes. That was funny, but yeah, this was a great scene. Yeah, and she was screaming like hell. Then her father and grandma, because mind you, she was hearing her grandma and father like arguing, talking. He like, you be quiet, Ronnie, trying to get some sleep, like, because they was going back and forth about the police and stuff, and they still own them.
Hmm.
And before she had this episode, she was looking at a picture of her mom, and
Yeah.
Pennywise played on that, and she was in the womb. Like, see, this is what you did to your mama. You killed your own mama.
Yep.
which is wild, but great scene. I love it. Um, moving on. So this at the bar, they had a scene at the bar with the police chief Bauer was getting pressed, by some political heads and whatever in town about arresting Ronnie's father. Like, okay, it happened at his place. There was the bodies. Like these parents won't answer, so they pressuring him, and he took a spin the block on Lily, because mind you, she was at school with Ronnie. It was when Ronnie returned. They was at lunch, and Ronnie and Lily had some words like, "Okay, what did you tell the
Yeah.
police?"
That's why I said Ronnie, as far as the kid actors go so far, she's like the strongest out of the kids.
Oh yeah,
Cause like when she's I forgot what the lead up was to the line, but she had said something along the lines of, "And I just want to tell you that's bullshit."
right.
Like she yelled it out. She had and even the part where, because that was the part where Lily's so called friend was with the other girls, and they
March
started doing that. They started doing the hand clap thing, and I like that they did it because while that's happening, the tension is building
tensions.
up
Yeah,
between the
yeah,
argument
yeah,
between Lily and
Lily
Ronnie.
and
Like the
Ronnie.
voices are
yeah.
escalating, and the sound from the table is escalating as well, saying like tension is
Hmm.
building there.
Mhm.
And then when she says it, they stop. So I like
Right.
that they didn't use, how they use suspenseful, tense music to build up. They just said let's
Hmm.
let them use their hands to do the tension, the music,
Yeah.
the sound to build it up. So that was actually smart directing, to actually
Yeah,
have
they've been
that
on
happen.
point with the transitions and everything. Like A+ from me. Yeah, Ronnie,
Yeah,
she doing her a lot. I like how all the kids have been, honestly, but Ronnie,
yeah,
she
yeah,
definitely like does not
Strong.
give a
She's
damn.
strong.
Very strong. She ain't
yeah.
backing down. She gonna go up for her daddy because she feel like that's all she have left. And I think what makes the scene even more intense is that you can understand both sides of it. You understand
Hmm.
why Ronnie is feeling the way she feeling, and you understand why Lily is like, girl, I can't tell them it is a monster. They gonna put me back inside that damn place.
Put me
Who the
back in the
hell
pack
gonna
in
believe that
that
it's a
asylum.
monster? Like when yeah, in the asylum, like when it's all said and done, I let them know that it wasn't your father. That I can't do
Yeah,
no
she said,
more
I
than
already
that.
told them your father wasn't
Right.
there. She said, ain't nothing else I could do because she looking like,
Hmm.
I ain't trying to go back.
Right.
Hmm.
And it
And
just
she
makes it
like,
that
my
much more
father,
intense. But when Ronnie cursed, that's what got her attention.
Yeah, put her
right.
right in detention.
Hmm.
And then Will joined her in that detention when he ran into the
Yeah,
same teacher.
yeah, yeah,
That
yeah,
was
yeah.
like
Yeah, because the boy had threw the little smoke bomb,
smoke
and he had
bomb.
ran and ran smack and ran right and tackled
I'm
the
like, what's
teacher,
the
and he
delay,
ended up.
Will?
And then they gonna blame him for the smoke bomb. I'm like, the black people
Yes.
got to get blamed for every damn thing. And she
Hello.
already didn't like him, and then for him to run into, I was like,
Right.
oh Lord. But he waited too long to start running. He's supposed to be moving
The boy,
quicker than
yeah,
that.
the boy told him when he saw the boy told him when he saw the
Hmm.
boy before he even threw it. He said, "You better run," because they already knew he was notorious
It
for
was the
doing stuff like
delay. I'm
that.
like, Will, get up. When somebody say run,
Because
run,
listen, we know as black people, when you see one of us run, we all running.
I'm running. Okay, like ask questions
It's like
later.
it's like a mental thing. You see one of us run, we all running.
We run. Thank you, Mina Ruth. Yeah, she said the popular girls are called the Patty Cakes. Yeah, because I know one of the girl name is Patty. I just can't remember which
Yeah.
one because they all look alike. But
Mm.
anyway, yeah. So, like she in detention, and then this is when the chief, like I said, he's being pressured, so he spin the block on Lily, question her again, and Ronnie saw that she was leaving, going in the police car. I'm like, you could
Yeah.
just take somebody's child and put them in the police car without no adult. Like, what the heck? But yeah, so he questioned that again. So
Yeah, I didn't like that either. That just shows he ain't got no damn spine about him because you taking
Yeah.
her, no parental, person there, no lawyer, no nothing, and then you basically threatening her like if you don't say what I want you to say or if you don't be
he said, let
quiet
me
while
rephrase
I
the
do what I'm gonna
question.
do, you gonna be right back in the psych ward. Like we feel sorry
Yeah.
for you. We know what
Yeah.
happened to you.
He basically
Yeah.
coerced her. And
Yeah,
the
and
crazy
he
part is
rephrased the question.
they basically they still do that to this day.
Yes, that's the messed up part. scary part at the same time. But yeah, so he rephrased the question, like, 'cause the question was like, was Ronnie's father there? And he said, "Are you absolutely certain that he was there or not?" Or something like that. He like reversed the question. Like, was are you sure that he was possible that he wasn't there or not? So I feel bad for Lily, because and
She
then
basically
next,
caved. She caved into the coercion.
yeah. So basically, then the next scene we see Grandma and Ronnie outside yelling about injustice. Her father going
Yeah,
getting locked
going
up.
getting locked up, and that's when Ronnie ran over. She ran over to Lily's house, and she didn't do the little knock knock knock. She was banging on
Bang
that
bang
door like she
bang.
was she was SWAT. Cause she said in her mind she knew exactly to go right to Lily's house because
Hmm.
that's the only person that could have said something. And her mother came to the door. I swear, I thought Ronnie was gonna cuss her mother out.
Yeah, she was trying to polite about it, but
She
still
was
She
yet.
didn't
She
give
firm.
was
a
yet.
damn.
She was.
She didn't give
Yeah, she
a
was
damn
yelling.
about that mother.
She was yelling. She was at first. I thought Ronnie was gonna try to push herself into the home and go to
She was
Lily's room.
polite yelling.
Yeah,
She could have went
like she
harder, I
like she
think,
That's what
like
I
like
thought. I thought she was gonna push her out the way and run up them damn stairs.
and put
yeah
her
she like
hands around
yeah
Lily's
she was
neck.
yelling out. She was yelling out her name, like first and last name. You know you mean business when you say out the full name.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And Lily's mother was like, and that's when Lily was basically saying that they coerced her into saying what she said, but Ronnie wasn't trying to hear none of that. And then that's when Lily's mother came back and said, "You better leave." You said, "You better get away from here before I call your grandmother." She said, "I'm not going to call the cops. I'm going to call your grandmother."
Grandmas. But who knows? The grandma might be over there too yelling. Yeah, tag team situation. So, yeah, she was. I thought, yeah, like, she could have went harder yelling at that Lily mama, in my opinion. But I would have been more nasty, highly disrespectful. But yeah, so she locked up.
This scene was wild too. The pickle scene.
Mm-mm-mm.
You would. I said they would mess with something that I like. You know, now it's like if I go in an aisle where the pickles are at, I'm not gonna be. I'm afraid I'm gonna see a head or a
You're
hand.
gonna
You
see
know,
Lily
an
Daddy.
eye.
I can
Yeah,
Daddy. So Lily is doing some grocery shopping. She think it's like, okay. She's still kind of bothered about what happened when all went down. So she going grocery shopping for her mother working late or something. And the townspeople know her. Okay, they
yeah.
know her. They know her past, and she just walking down the aisle. But it's like this creepy dude like coming out.
Yeah, that part was creepy. That dude did
I'm
creep me out
like,
because of the
and then
way,
he was
because he
right
peeking
behind her
behind
at one point. I'm
right.
like,
Yeah, he walking behind her doing his creepy smile. Did you notice that little penguin little jig that he did? While
yes. I was like,
that part was so creepy.
talking about you should be locked away, sent away, or something. It was like a lot of whispers of
Yeah,
negativity of about her situation and what should happen to her or whatever. And child, it seemed like she was going in a circle. She get down one aisle, it was a dead end, and it was like full of cereal. Then we see the kid's face. We see Phil and Theodore and Susie in their
yeah.
face on the cereals. Their regular face and then they corpse. um, and then we see the pickles, and
hmm
she seen her father's face
In the pickle jar,
in the pickle jar.
and
And
then
then it broke.
all the pickle that broke, and then all of them just like fell over and broke, and then he just formed into an octopus, and you
Mm-hmm.
know it, and then he
Put his
wrapped
face back
his
together.
like back together and then wrapped. Then they made one long pickle tentacle or whatever and wrapped it around her neck and put it in her mouth. I'm like that scene was just crazy.
Very crazy. But I like
And the
the
whole time,
creativity of it though.
and the whole time, all she did was drop one pickle jar, and she's freaking out in the aisle, and people are looking at her like, "What's going on?"
Right. They're like, Lily, you okay, girl? And Daddy talking to her, talking about give me a kiss. Crawling up on her.
Right.
I'm like, what the heck? Ugh. No. Yeah, I like the scene. It was creative how they put that together. I can say
Yeah,
that.
I like the scene too, but when I got myself together and seen all them around talking about what is wrong with you, I would have been like, I saw a rat. I would have played it off because they already they already think you cuckoo for cocoa post as it is. I felt bad for her though. That's craziness, and
And
even
then
the
we
lady
saw her go
too.
back to the asylum. That's
Yeah, I felt
sad.
so bad. Her mama said, we ain't got time for this. You gotta go back in here, child, get some more drilling in your damn head. Because you know
And
that's
you
what
Yeah,
see
they
get
how
do.
the
some. Yeah,
people that came and got her from the car, they how they was looking and smiling.
Yeah, you already know they about to torment her in there.
Girl,
oh,
you
now I
better
know.
create a
Now I know what that.
shift.
Now I know what that remind me of. The guy who was who with the creepy grin. It did remind me of the movie Smile.
Okay.
That's
Okay,
that's
yeah, yeah,
literally
yeah,
what it
yeah.
reminded me of.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know if you ever watched From, but they had a smiley in there that had that weird face too. Ooh, he was creepy. That's a good. I
What
can't wait for that show to come back too.
I'm gonna say, don't they
But
supposed to
yeah,
be coming back?
definitely. Because at one point they show, I can't remember, she was an old lady or whatever, but she had a weird looking face too. It's like you would see them in the background of her, and then she would still be walking. Then you see the shelf come past. I said, "Oh hell no!"
Yeah.
Oh hell no, indeed. Okay, cause
And the way
poor
the
Lily
shelves was moving kind of reminded me of the Wiz when the uh, walls was moving in the
moving
train
in.
station.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I remember
Yeah.
that. I yeah, creepy. Uh,
Hmm.
so it was just interesting, like how she did all of this and she still got sent back.
Still, and she still got sent back,
That's the crazy part. I was like, girl, you did all of this. And she still got sent back.
and still got sent back to the asylum.
That's wild. It's crazy. So we got one more scene. So this with Major Leroy. Um,
Hmm.
he found this is like that jump that he from episode one when he got jumped because somebody posted one
Yeah.
B-52 specs. It was classified information and he would not give it up. So it was a test by General Shaw. And
Hmm.
because he found that out because he went to Masters in the holding cell, and it was a certain weapon that was being used when he was getting beat down, a Magnavox PM or something. And he noticed he looked into Master's background, like you cannot put that weapon together so fast because he had that same weapon and the magazine, and then he was trying to put it in. He talked about don't talk about my mama, and then he said something about his mama. He tried to put it in, and he was yeah, and it was like, okay, I got you. You not the guy. You wasn't even there when I got jumped. So why would they say it was you? Then he told General Shaw about it, and then General Shaw came clean about it was a test. I would be pissed. He
Yeah.
said,
I
And when
wasn't expecting
after a while,
that. Sorry.
after a while, I kind of figured out that it had to be a test because I'm like, how in the world were they able to get in so easily? I mean, I understand surveillance back then probably wasn't the best, but still, it was a military base. How was you able to get in like that?
and they beat him with a pipe. He said, then what about the pipe? He said it wasn't supposed to go that far.
Well, we know
Right,
why it
like
went that far.
he
We know
took it
why it went that
upon
far.
himself. Right, he took it upon himself with that part. I did feel like it was like some kind of setup or something, but I didn't see it to that extent. Like, oh no, we was just trying to make sure. I'm like, what? But I like the way he investigated it. Like the whole time they coming and telling him, oh yeah, it's this and it's that, but he's looking through stuff himself. And I love that scene when he went to the cell. Even though I was like, what you doing when he put that weapon down by him? I was like, but it played out like he already knew ahead of time because he like, boy, I don't look through your record. You ain't about that life. You
Mm-hmm.
can't do that. Like you, and you know what I'm saying. And he proved his point. It was funny when what he said, leave my mother out of it. I can't remember the line, but that was funny. And that ticks him off, and that's when he picked up the thing and was like, "Yeah, you can't even put it together. I was right." You,
Oh yeah, that was
Yeah,
that
because he
was
was putting the
funny.
mag. He was like, he put the mag in, and then he was trying to
mm-hmm.
put the one in the chamber, and then he having a hard time cocking it. He was just, it was funny him flipping around trying to do that. It was just hilarious to me, him fumbling around
Mm-hmm.
with that weapon. But it was a test, and he was talking about a brain injury he sustained in South Korea, whatever. I
Mm-hmm.
forgot the name of the brain injury. So he passed the test. I'm like, what he supposed to say? Yay? And
Right, because he was
then
about
Right.
to go report him, and he was like, "I get it if you want to report me, but give me 10 minutes to
one
explain
bird.
everything." And he was already kind of curious as to what they was doing back there in that restricted area. So I guess once he, told him like, "We need your help, and we
Hmm.
about to go back here," that piques his interest. But I don't know if I would have still want to mess around with them after that.
Right.
And
Yeah.
what's the other guy name? I swear, their names are so damn similar.
Dick Harley.
Yeah, because he
Halloran.
kind of kept giving him the eye when he would see him, because they was telling him too, like, "Oh, we ain't gonna keep playing around with you," because of course they using his shining to find the area they looking for, and he's like,
Hmm.
I got y'all, like it's coming up, I can feel it. So I like when he saw him, he kind of did the little wink on the side. I'm like, okay, this is about to be interesting because them two gonna be in this together. I want to see
Oh,
where it's
blur.
gonna go.
Yeah, but cause remind you, what's his name, Dick? He's supposed to have these special gifts because he said
Yeah,
something.
he has a
Right.
He gets he
like
get
shining abilities.
Mhm.
so he got the special gift and he gets special privileges. And he told the other fellas
Right.
when they was at the bar because they came in late and drunk, and
Yeah.
he had to flex his little power.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
like
because if you
that
know,
part too.
yeah, yeah, because if you watch, well, y'all seen the movie The Shining, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So y'all remember the part where you see his character and he's talking to the little boy Danny, but he's
Yeah.
Hmm.
Mhm.
communicating to him
Yeah.
telepathically,
Right.
Right.
and Danny can understand him. He can hear him. Like he's looking at him while like not while kind of engaged with his parents, but really conversing with him without saying a
Yes.
word, and he's telepathically communicating with him. That's
Hmm.
basically
Yes.
what he's doing here, and this is like
Mhm.
basically early on because remember this is like the early 80s when
Right.
we first see him. So by that time, his powers have developed. It's been over well, shoot, nearly 20 years.
Mhm.
Of him using his abilities. So this is him probably still early on using his
Exactly.
powers.
Right.
Yeah. And like he knew before the Sheriff Bowers could even say anything, like, yeah, it's time to go, and he had mentioned them going to get moonshine somewhere else. That guy was twisted as hell. And I liked
Yeah,
how they tried to play in his face, like, yeah, right, when he was saying I had, permission or whatever, and then felt stupid and had to let him in there. But I don't know if they're gonna do it in the show. I would assume they would, because it's a big thing too. Where, and I'm not sure if that's where he took them to get the moonshine, because they didn't show it yet. Maybe it
They
could
didn't
be
show it.
possibly
Yeah.
coming up, but they have something called the Black Spot, which is where all the black people go to hang out. And something major happens there too. And they do
Hmm.
got some kind of white coalition thing. I forget they damn name. So even though stuff has been subtle, they out here. Y'all know what they stand for. So we know it's gonna be some mess with that too. But
Hmm. We shall see how that
yeah,
plays.
I'm so interested. Like they really piqued my interest even more.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And then he told him about this thing they are doing. What's it called? Operation Precept,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a classified DoD crash program with a single purpose. And he was just telling a story how the Cuban and the Soviet held an agriculture summit in Havana,
Mm-hmm.
and they to devise a plan to place the nuclear warheads within striking distance of the U.S.
Mm-hmm.
So, and with Cuba launch capabilities, the Soviet could hit every major city over here. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, okay. So to win the Cold War before the first missile ever is fired, so they're trying to find this weapon or some sort that generates the ability fear. So basically, so they're trying to find this fear weapon. So yep. So this is they was digging up something. They came across the vehicle that Maddie
So
was
now
in.
is that the vehicle of the family? Or was
Yes.
that some, okay.
Yes,
That's
because
what I
yeah,
thought, but I
yeah.
wasn't 100%. Okay.
You saw the bones and stuff when they opened
yeah.
the
Yeah,
You saw
they
the
door.
was
bones. You saw the
bones.
bones.
Hmm.
I was like, ooh.
Yeah, this is definitely interesting. I'm liking it so far.
Yeah, me too. And that was the end. I was like,
Yeah, that was
okay,
that was the last scene.
that was the last scene. So I can't wait to see what's gonna come about. What's y'all thoughts on
Hmm.
what y'all think gonna
Good,
happen
good.
next?
I can't call it. Like I said, it's unpredictable.
This
I
last
really can't call,
scene?
and I'm glad that I can't. Like I like to be in
Hmm.
suspense with this.
Yeah.
Yeah, me
I'm
too.
assuming some kind of way Lily, what's his name? Will,
Hmm.
and why am I getting a blank? What's the black
Ronnie,
girl name?
Ronnie,
Ronnie.
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 I'm assuming them three. I don't know who else could be added into it. Is gonna some kind of way, probably be talking and trying to figure things out. And since he's so into the science, I figured that's gonna be like what he's gonna play into it. Because even the way he
Mm-hmm.
described, yeah, even though I'm smelling bad from that stink bomb, that's actually the same. She was looking at him like, "Boy, you doing this voluntarily?"
Right. That
um,
will. That's what I said. He's smart.
yeah, so he's very smart. So I feel like he's gonna be playing a part into it some kind of way. But what's gonna happen, child? We don't know, and I don't know
Like I
when
said, we
we're
can't
gonna
call it.
see Pennywise. But I kind of like that part too because you know that he, like, Pennywise. That's just one of the forms that he used, but it's so many others. So I like that they
Yeah,
started
he takes
out
many
with ones
forms.
we not that familiar with, and then maybe midway we may see him. I don't know when he gonna pop out in his form. And Bill, what's his name? Bill Stars. I love him
Bill
Yeah.
because he's the
Skarsgård.
one
Yeah.
that played him. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know, and I feel like Mama know, like Will Mother. What's her name again? I'm sorry, y'all. I'm drawing a blank on everybody's names, but I'm gonna get their
Charlotte.
names down. Charlotte. I feel like she know it's something like not too right here. Like she ain't
Mm-hmm.
coming straight out with it, but every now and then you just see her looking with the faces like, yeah, it looked nice on the outside, but as at one point she was even like, you sure? And she definitely is not one to stay quiet either. So
Nope.
whatever stuff she see like that she don't feel is right, even though he telling her chill, I got a feeling she ain't gonna be chilling.
No, see, especially if he going on this mission, whatever this
Hmm.
project is, Project Operation
Yeah.
Precept, and
Hmm.
child, and I wonder if they gonna open that car and trying to investigate those remains. We shall see, cause I want
Yeah,
to see what's gonna come of
I'm
that.
pretty sure they're gonna do that. And if I'm not mistaken, like in the
Look at
trailer,
Scaredy Cat.
uh,
Be
They
the
talking about
main one
Candy.
uh,
scared. Yeah.
Well, Candy. Well, luckily for you, it's only 2 episodes, so this shouldn't take you long to
yeah.
watch.
Hmm.
Episodes one.
Hmm.
Well, listen. She says we piqued her interest, but see, we only discussing it. She has to visually see what we're
Right.
talking
You
about.
gotta
Look,
see.
Visually, the
daytime
visual is
watch.
way different than
Daytime
what we're
watch.
saying.
Daytime
Yeah.
watch. Look, daytime watch.
And Candy,
Definitely
you know what?
daytime
And Candy, if you
watch.
don't, and Candy, if you don't want to watch it alone, just do a Discord watch like you did with Silence of the Lambs, and you can
Oh,
have all the people in there watch it with you to help and guide
Hmm.
you through this journey.
hold her hand like guide her through.
Hmm.
That's funny.
Cause it's 9 episodes.
Okay,
Hmm.
it's 9.
Yeah, it's 9 episodes. So we
Okay,
got 7 more to go. I think
okay,
they said the
Yeah.
finale is going to be on December 14th.
okay, okay. Cool, cool, cool. Y'all got any other thoughts on episode 1 and 2 before we get out of here?
Bring on episode 3. That's all.
Yeah.
That's all I got for it.
I'm
Tori,
ready. I just feel like they started really, really strong with these first two episodes.
very
I was
strong.
pleased. I didn't have no complaints. I was
They
like,
knocked
all
it out the
right.
park.
Yeah.
They
Is episode 3 coming on Sunday, or are they gonna wait until put it on next Sunday since they dropped one on
Yeah,
Halloween?
they waiting. They waiting.
they
Okay,
wait.
okay. I kind of figured that. I kind of figured that.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, you need a babysitter. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you definitely
Um,
need a babysitter.
but before we get out of here, make sure y'all subscribe to everyone's channel, hit the like button for us. And Tori, and can you tell the people what you got going on? I know you're not live on your channel, but tell the people what you got going on.
Yeah, like I said, I couldn't do my weekly recap today like I usually do because I'm clearly in the midst of having a damn good time. But
Okay.
tomorrow, but I did put a commentary up today. I will have one going up tomorrow as well, and then we'll be back on our regular scheduled program. Starting Monday, the weekly recap will be back. The weekly recap this upcoming Saturday going to be crazy because I have to talk about stuff that happened this week,
Yep.
and next week. So it's going to be a pretty packed live this
Yes.
upcoming Saturday, which I think is the 8th. And I also do plan on going to see. I do plan on seeing Predator Badlands
Yeah.
this upcoming Thursday. So if I do see it, I'll do a review for it, and that'll most likely go up on Friday. And I did, and I just realized something too, Tamika. The one what to watch live that you did today, the one I wish I could have been a part of, on the simple fact that you brought up season 5 of Stranger Things. Anybody who knows me knows that is my show. I can't believe that we are coming to the end. Like they putting the, they dropping the first part on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Then they dropping the second part on Christmas Day, and then they dropping the finale on New Year's Eve. And for those out there who don't know, they actually said that they are going to, I think in select theaters, they're going to do a theatrical screening of the finale on New Year's Eve. So check your area because you might be able to watch it on the big screen on that day, which I think is very smart for a show of that magnitude. Like, I know for certain, if my area is one of them locations that's going to do it, I will bypass watching it on Netflix and I will go pay to watch it with
on
an
the big
audience
screen. Yes.
on the big screen.
Yeah,
And I would definitely, and the thing is, I've never reviewed Stranger Things because I never got into the hype of it when it first started. So I came in late, like when season 4 came on, and then I binge watched it all the way through season 4. But I will definitely review that finale, after watching it.
Yeah, can't wait to hear that.
Yeah, I was watching it from the beginning. I love me some Stranger Things, but I've never done reviews.
If it's
on
in
it,
3D,
I'm definitely a fan of that one.
Listen, if it's in 3D, that's gonna be crazy. Can you imagine
Yeah.
Vecna in 3D?
Tamika, what you got going on your channel?
I'm just mostly joining panels right now. I haven't been doing much of my own reviews. I'm trying to catch up, y'all, but life be life. But in the meantime, I'm joining EJ in the panel tomorrow for family business. Of course, me and Candy Love do the Oval on Tuesdays, and we have, good old laughs with that. And Wednesdays is Sisters with Monique 69 Ways and Candy Love. And Fridays is Family Business. And of course, we got Bel Air this month. We got Force this month. I'm going to try to finish that out since I was already reviewing it. I'm sad to see Bel Air go too, but I'm praying they do a good job. Yeah.
Looks like I'm gonna have to turn my Peacock back on because I turned my Peacock off when the season finale with Bel Air had went off. I think that's when I turned my Peacock. I did the same thing with Max when The Last of Us season 2 ended. I turned Max off and then I turned it back on literally the day before Welcome to Derry. And see, here's the thing. Now I'm gonna have to keep my Max on for the next almost a year, because after Welcome to Derry, then you're gonna have Knights of the Seven Kingdoms coming on.
Yes, in January. I'm looking forward to that. Yeah,
and then after that, Lanterns is coming on. And then after that is House of the Dragon
season
3.
Yeah, right.
So literally, Max is going to be having me pay them monthly for like the next 8 months practically.
Well, they already know our plan. They know how we work, so they planned it out.
Exactly. You watch a show, and when that show is over, you cut it. I'm the same way with stars. When Razor Cannon went off, I turned that stars off, and I'm not turning that stars back on until Razor Cannon comes back on.
That's how
I said, listen, I did not watch the last season of BMF, and I'm not watching the last season of Force. I said, when Razor Cannon comes back on, that is when I will turn my stars back on. I did the same thing with Disney Plus. When Ironheart went off, I put it on pause. Okay. Then when Marvel Zombies came on, I turned it on, and when Marvel Zombies was done, I put it back on pause.
Yeah. A lot of people be doing that. Right now, I got the 3-in-1 package for low on T-Mobile, so that's the only reason why it's still on, because y'all know I don't be messing with these. I do the free stuff, okay? Give it to me for free.
Netflix is the only streaming platform that consistently stays on, because I find that there's more stuff on Netflix that I will watch.
They drop. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
Oh, and then I'll probably join Moochie in the panel for Mayor Kingstown too. I know that's my other show.
All in
okay.
C for Ali C for me is correct. Disney
Everybody's
Plus
getting
does
higher,
stay
you
going
girl.
up because
Everybody
every time
going up.
because it seems like every month or every
Hmm.
other month I get an email from Disney Plus saying, "Oh, Disney Plus subscribers, we thought you should know that your subscription will be going up $1 higher than it was last month."
You
And you
see what
sent me the
happened
same
with
type of
Jimmy Kimball? Ever
Mm.
since that thing happened with him, here we go with
I'm
the
like,
BS.
I said, what's the point of even having streaming? Just go back to cable.
That part.
Yeah, I'm serious.
That part. Yeah, when you add all the stuff together, it becomes a cable bill. All these streaming services. But for me, I got like Tamika said, tomorrow we are talking about the family business. Season 6, episode what 3, and also reasonable doubt. I gotta get my review out because I forgot to do that. And sisters and some hot topics because it's some people I gotta talk about. Yeah, like the Braxtons and stuff and what's going on in the streets. Uh yeah, so that's the end of this live. You'll see us back next week for episode what 3. And I cannot wait. I just wish they dropped it all so we can just get it over with. Okay.
Oh no, I like that. Oh no, I like they dragging this out.
It's getting it's good. It's
I
getting
love that
good.
they dragging this out because it keeps me in suspense. Getting ready to see what they gonna do next. Like let me hang on to that for a week to see what they gonna do. But I thought it was smart for them to drop episode 2 on Halloween. That was very smart
I did.
marketing
Yeah.
on their part.
I'm like, somebody gonna be in the house watching it, but I guess look here we
Yeah.
are.
Yep.
It's Halloween. But yeah, so let us know your thoughts on episodes 1 and 2. Are you watching? Are you enjoying it? What you see? Is it living up to the hype? Let us know down in the comment section, and we will see y'all in the next one.